It is indeed a pleasure for me to stand before you to welcome all of you to this auspicious occasion. We say Pan is community soul. Pan is Trinidad and Tobago. A couple of years ago, at one of our extraordinary meetings, just after COVID, as we struggled to plant our feet on solid grounds, I said to the general membership, I have something in my hands. It is attainable. It is reachable. Do you want to know what it is? And of course, their curiosity piqued. I opened my hand and said, I have greatness. Greatness is in us as Steelpan people, born out of struggle and out of pain, out of resilience, standing on the blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors. Look where Steelpan reach. Look where Steelpan reach. Over the last 3 years, with the support of corporate Trinidad and Tobago, and most importantly, the government of Trinidad and Tobago, and a young, dynamic line minister by the name of Randall Mitchell. We were able to achieve a lot since after COVID. Imagine, I was in Miami, and then I got the news, just like that, where former Prime Minister Keith Rowley, who we have to be extremely grateful to for all that he has done and all that he has poured into us, and wherever he is right now, just send a resounding round of applause. I'm sure he heard that. And so, Pan is now, all because of his efforts and because of the announcement that he made, we now have Pan on the coat of arms, a symbol of national identity. We were there in Parliament when those motions were moved, and also having Pan formally declared as our national musical instrument. I was also present with our line minister when he so eloquently presented before the United Nations General Assembly, where today, because of that resolution, we now have World Steelpan Day. And moving further, we celebrated with a World Steelpan Conference. I'm sure Minister will talk about that. And there is so much more that I am sure that he is going to mention. But I am saying all of this to say to you that we are more than the music. Pan is a social force. We impact on lives and communities, and therefore we are extremely important to Trinidad and Tobago. And so today, we are gathered to celebrate the greatness of which I speak. One, I think it was last year, immediately after Carnival, I received a phone call from former Prime Minister. And former Prime Minister, he was like, Beverley, when you bringing back the music festival? When are you bringing back Steelpan Music Festival? I said, PM, we are up to it, but you will have to help us. And so the government of Trinidad and Tobago provided the support with this also Deborah and Sports and Culture Fund from the Prime Minister's office with some help from NLCB, and we were able to move mountains to bring the festival off. And so today, those bands will receive their prize money to the tune of $4.9 million. Thank you to the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and the Arts for the support that they have provided. Also, we are going to be presenting prizes here today to the tune of $14.6 million. Thanks, NCC, National Carnival Commission, Madam CEO and team. Thanks to the ministry, and thanks to government for supporting the beautiful Steelpan Panorama Festival. I mean, I think it's the greatest festival throughout the entire Carnival season, don't you think so? It is. And so we thank our corporate sponsors. And they're all sitting here looking beautiful. Let's give our corporate sponsors a round of, look at them. Come on, big them up, beautiful. We thank them all. We thank our line ministry. We thank National Carnival Commission. We thank our Steelpan Ambassador, BP, Trinidad and Tobago, NGC, our brand, our ambassador, Steelpan ambassadors. We thank Sports and Culture Fund. We thank the Tobago House of Assembly. We thank Heritage Petroleum. We thank Atlantic. We thank First Citizen, First Citizens Bank, I should say, East Port of Spain, NLCB, Kenson, Group of Companies, National Petroleum, Carib, National Flour Mills, Campari, Trinidad and Tobago, Television, IDB, Caribbean Airlines, White Oak, Labitco, CGA, Phoenix Gas. I hope I did not leave out anyone. If I did, marketing, please run up and tell me, because I do not want to leave out anyone. But today, let me just say this. I am here for one reason and one reason only. Now, I got my doctor's permission to attend this function. Last week, I had to do a medical procedure, and the doctor told me that I can attend this function. I am here particularly to say thank you to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Now, Prime Minister Young, your father paid forward for you. Your father paid forward for you. So when I see you running around those bands as a panjumbi, it had to be in your blood without you even knowing it. Keith Simpson is here. With the appointment of the new Managing Director, Richard Young, father of our Prime Minister, Stuart Young, assistance to unsponsored bands, and I'm talking about Scotiabank, assistance to unsponsored band continued on an annual basis and on a much larger scale. Unsponsored bands in the large, medium, small, and single pan bands received assistance in all zones, North, South, East, and Tobago. And Keith Simpson, who was also a former vice president of Trinbago, when he worked at Scotiabank with your father, they ensured that bands, I don't know what is wrong with Scotiabank these days, but we'll find out next year. But they ensured that steel bands, every year, unsponsored bands, got a grant. And I remember coming to Trinidad, leaving Tobago as manager of Cats and Jammers, coming to Trinidad, going to Scotiabank to receive that check to assist my bands. And your father was there, happy. Over 65 steel bands. Every single year whilst he was there, he poured. And so he sowed the seeds so that today you can reap the benefit of the Steelpan community by supporting you in your fight. When we look around, as grassroots leaders, we check to see those leaders in society who are supporting us, who is pushing the pan on stage, who is waving the flag on stage, who is in the safe and the sacred spaces of our panyards. And when we look, we see you. We see you, Prime Minister. And because of that, we know that you are a leader that empathizes. We know that you care. We know that you are concerned about the grassroots, young people. And by that, we say in Trinbago that young is the man on the ground. And by their fruits, what? You shall, I want you to say it loudly. By their fruits, you shall, I want to hear it louder than that, know them. By their fruits, you shall. And so, Steelband leaders, Steelband members, we know them. We know them. There is so much that has happened for us. And as we plan to move forward into a new season, working closely with government, with our sponsors, Trinbago will continue to soar. Trinbago will be that shining light in all the communities. And Steelbands, I want to thank you so much for all the work that you have been doing. We had a fantastic Panorama. We had a beautiful festival. And you continue to mold and shape minds in your communities. Listen out for us. We are in a little, as you know, we just came out of Panorama. It was only yesterday. I was at the ministry talking about plans for World Steelpan Day and plans for the upcoming festival. There is going to be another festival in Trinidad and Tobago. And when I say festival, we are going to focus on the youth festival this year. And also the ministry in itself will put on that festival as we had last year, Steelpan Festival. And so there is so much that you can expect from us. So I want to thank you so much. Invest your money wisely. I know after you go home with that check and you deposit that money, I know that you're going to tell the president it is not enough. And maybe as they are here one time, our budget has been submitted to NCC and we are asking for an increase in prize monies. Because before I leave, I must say that we do charity work. We spend and we invest in youth development. $600,000 is for the first prize, for the medium band category, Mr. Prime Minister. 90 players. We know that this year we have an increase. So players, checks will be paid out this week. And you are going to see $800 there. Thank you to the government of Trinidad and Tobago for the increase. Thank you, Minister Mitchell. I know you will talk about how you fought hard in cabinet for that. But what we know, because of the entire ecosystem around the Panorama, that money is not enough. Because we pay players, 90 by 3,000 is how much? And after we are finished with that, then there is the arranger, and there is the tuner, and then there is the liller up by the Jersey factory there, and there is transport. And so we invest that money within the ecosystem. So we just wanted those who sit in cabinet to understand that when they come up here to speak, they could speak of an increase. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. May God bless you. May God bless Trinidad and Tobago.